Gems from the Gita, letting go. Have you heard of helicopter parenting? It is when parents are unable to let go of their children and are forever hovering around them, ensuring their safety. We also know of parents of teenagers complaining, "Oh, my children are not responsible or independent and cannot manage anything on their own." Now, teenagers also complain that they feel suffocated, with their parents hovering around them always, and want to leave home and learn to live life on their own. They do not want constant phone calls and messages from their parents with instructions of what to do and what not to do. Such parents suffer immensely when their children are not able to fulfill their expectations or are very different from what they want them to be. Now, parents must allow their children to open their wings and fly on their own. When parents make parenting their sole goal in life and do not have any higher goals, they begin experiencing anxiety and helplessness as their children grow up. Now, parents who practice karma yoga fulfill their duties as a parent by giving their children the right values and by showing them the necessity to walk on the path of dharma and righteousness. Having done this, they detach themselves from their children and trust in their parenting with utmost devotion and love. If the children go on the wrong path due to circumstances, the parents are not affected as they did their duty and have detached themselves from the responsibility of mollycoddling the child. If children walk on the path of dharma and illuminate others with their knowledge, the parents are not overjoyed because they have simply done their duty. Now, the Mahabharata gives us two examples to learn what not to do as a parent. Both Dhritarashtra and Dronacharya had immense attachment towards their respective sons, Duryodhana and Ashwatthama, which created a bondage for them and did not allow them to fulfill their karma by choosing the path of dharma, though both were aware of the right path. Simply knowing is not enough. Being able to practice it is more important. Attachment becomes an obstacle for them to practice on and implement the knowledge they had. A true karma yogi is able to overcome such attachments and are able to walk the path of righteousness. A beautiful quote from Kahil Gibran's The Prophet is very relevant here. They are sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, and though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. Reflect on your own life. It is so full of challenges. The intellect helps us discriminate between the choices we have. One must learn to find peace and tranquility in this chaotic world. Krishna gives the example of the lotus flower, which blooms and is beautiful in spite of growing in a marsh. The petals of the flower have a waxy coating which prevents it from getting dirty, and hence it retains its beauty. We must aspire to become that lotus flower and attain divine bliss by performing our karma with devotion, whatever be the situation. When we feel burdened with stress and strain due to the circumstances around us, one can never achieve bliss. There have been several studies and researches conducted on the topic of job satisfaction and stress. Now, the entire concept of job dissatisfaction comes up because the desires are unending and one does not perform one's duties by detaching oneself from the fruits of the action. Renunciation of side effects of karma is necessary, but not the karma itself. The various stages of your spiritual growth are: Stage 1. Happiness depends on what I am and not what I have. This is so true. When we are able to break away from the bondage of anger and desire and fear, we automatically become happy and are at peace. Anger is caused due to obstacles in the path of a desire fulfillment and due to loss of things acquired. Stage 2. One must cultivate an integrated mind where there must be perfect alignment of the body, sense organs, the emotional mind and intellect. We must realize that these are all vehicles of karma And regular maintenance of this vehicle is so necessary to reach the destination called Brahman. Stage 3. One must be committed to studying and practicing the scriptures. When one gives priority to spiritual growth along with performance of actions, you can call yourself a karma yogi. Stage 4. Integrating with self, with the Brahman, is most necessary for wholesome bliss. The waves in the ocean are no different from the ocean itself. Similarly, every human being is no different from God. We are all part of that divinity, and we must work with complete understanding of this divinity alone. The end of separateness from the divine, every single moment, in every single action, is the start of your spiritual journey. One must strive to maintain equanimity every moment to experience oneness with divinity. This can happen only by regularly practicing meditation and constantly looking inwards. You know, when we talk about letting go, it is often very difficult to cope up with the loss of a loved one. And at some point of time, all of us have experienced that pain, that stress and anxiety. You generally think life is your family, your work, your business, your wealth, and whatever else that you will possess. But these are all accessories of life. We brought in money, wealth, relationships, children, thinking it will enhance our lives in some way. In a way, we have gathered so many accessories that we have got so involved, attached, and identified with these accessories that we never experience this life as it really is. The reality is the piece of life that you are is still there. The accessories are falling off over time. Even before certain people came into your life, you were alive, you laughed, you knew joy. You added people believing it is going to enhance your life. Or maybe there was some need to fulfill. But now, because of your identifications, you think a part of your life is gone when a certain person is gone. As you age, your grandfather will die, your father will die, and sometimes your spouse will die. Some people will lose their hair, some people will lose their head. Now, this is not a joke. Some people will lose parts of their bodies. Some people will lose relationships. Some people will lose things, power, position, or money. This is all in preparation for your exit. Your load gets reduced a little bit, so that when you go, you will go more easily. Now, this is not some philosophy. This is just the way life is happening. Because you refuse to look at life in the face. You make up your own images in your mind, and you want to make these psychological pictures into a reality. This drama that you create will never become a reality. You, me, all of us, we have to draw the curtain someday. Now, the sooner you are disillusioned, the better. You can come to your senses, or you could suffer from depression, you could become distressed. That, my friend, is your choice to make.